Mums swear by Pinky McKay. They just love her because Pinky, who they call the baby whisperer, can change their lives. And anyone who's experienced the crying baby, no sleep scenario will understand. Pinky can sort that out. She's done the books, the DVDs, the seminars, and as well as being a breastfeeding consultant, she's had 5 kids herself. She's speaking in Wellington at the La Leche League conference this weekend, but we get to talk to her first. And by we, I'm including new mum Carlotta, who's just coming into the studio now, with little Elijah, who is uncharacteristically quiet, I think. Would that be right?
Yes, he is.
Pinky, look, this thing is sleep would be one of the biggest issues, wouldn't it? For every new parent you talk to, been through it themselves, they all say, tell us how we can get the baby to sleep, and then we can get some sleep.
Yes, I think that is the biggest problem, and it's almost become such a huge pressure. You know, when I had my 5 kids, nobody said to me, is he a good baby, does he sleep all night? It's almost like sleep's become the new milestone, and parents have these huge expectations put on them, and if their baby doesn't sleep, it's as though the parents are doing something wrong.
Hey, you had 5 kids?
Yeah.
How did you get by without a baby whisperer?
I just took them into my bed, popped them on the boob, fell asleep.
So
they helped themselves.
OK. Well, listen, as I said, we've got Carlotta and we've got little baby Elijah. He's a lovely little baby. Now, what do you want to... Look, we've got Pinky here, free consultation. What do you want to ask her, Carlotta?
Well, I guess that I'm going to ask her what every mum would like to ask her. How do you get your baby to sleep through the night?
How do you get the baby to sleep through the night?
Well, first of all, through the night for a little baby is only actually 5 hours. We hear a lot of pressure about getting babies to sleep 12 hours, 8 hours. A 5-hour stretch is considered all night for a little baby. Now, how old's Elijah?
He sleeps maybe 3 hours at a time.
And how old is he, Carlotta?
He's 2 months.
2 months old?
Yeah.
2 months old. So round about 2 months at 8 weeks old, babies are just really going through a new stage of alertness, and they find it very, very hard to switch off to the stimulation around them. So you do have to help them get to sleep. You know, you cannot just expect them to lie down, shut their eyes and go to sleep. So you will probably have to do something like a little bit of rocking. I always think in terms of womb service, and that's 5 W's. So you've got your womb sounds. You might hum to your baby. You might sit on a football perhaps and just gently rock up and down as you hum to your baby, because humming will slow your breathing and help you calm. So you've got your womb sounds, you're rocking, you're wearing your baby in a sling. Sucking is really good. I notice you've got the dummy. You can also breastfeed them and allow them to fall asleep on the breast, because there are chemicals in the breast milk that help them sleep.
Now, you went off the breast, though, didn't you, onto formula to try and help sleeping?
I'm trying with the formula at night to help him sleep, and that's actually working, but I don't want to rely on the formula all the time, because I don't want to give up on breastfeeding. So.
Okay, I would say get yourself to La Leche League and get somebody to actually sit down and talk with you about what's going on with the breastfeeding, because sometimes giving them formula at night isn't actually helpful, because they can get tummy aches and if they're sensitive to foods. Another thing is examining your own diet and what you're eating and how that might relate to babies. Now, some babies are sensitive to foods like chocolate, citrus, dairy, and there are foods with natural chemicals in them called salicylates, which can be found in tomatoes and tomato paste, citrus, grapes and strawberries. And some of these foods have these chemicals in them. And actually, in my book, Sleeping Like a Baby, I go over this a lot more. And these can come through your milk and affect your baby. Also, caffeine can pass through your milk and keep your baby wakeful too.
So no coffee, no fruit juice?
Oh, well, in moderation. Things in moderation.
Do you have any other... I mean, 2 months now, Elijah, but coming up, any things that you're worried about coming up over the next stages of little Elijah's growth? You want to...
Well, another problem that I've got with him is that he's only happy when I hold him. So he's the whole time in my arms, and I need a rest. What do I do? How do I...
You got a quick answer for us on that?
If he's a bit refluxy and a bit vomity, he might like to be held upright.
Yeah,
one of the things you've got in New Zealand, you've actually got a very good product called a safety sleep wrap. You can elevate him in his cot and use the safety sleep wrap to contain him and stop him jushing down to the bottom of the bed. They actually like to be elevated so that they don't regurgitate their stomach contents, and that can keep them awake.
Listen, just very briefly, just before we go, balancing off baby against mum, because sometimes, you know, the mums need a bit of attention too, don't they?
Yeah. Absolutely. I always go through mums, and I think every mum who has a new baby needs to have a health check. You need to have your haemoglobin checked, you need to have your thyroid checked, your vitamin D levels. Just make sure you are in peak health, and don't forget to ask for help. Everybody loves to be involved with a new baby, so people will help you. You know, get somebody to come over while you go and have a sleep and let them hold the baby if you've got one of these Velcro babies who loves to be held.
Pinky, McKay and Carlotta, and of course gorgeous little Elijah, thank you all so much for joining us tonight.